Dalton. Please welcome back to the crescendo playing field your tournament MCs, Mr. Kyle Fender and Monish Patel.
Good morning, Dalton.
Oh, you can do better than that.
Let's try that again. Good morning, Dalton. How are you guys feeling today? That's a little bit better. Well, welcome to day 2 here at the Dalton Qualifier. We are excited to see you guys here this morning as you guys are coming in and being able to go into the last of our qualification matches to go into our amazing playoff tournament today. So I'm excited for you guys. But I want to talk about a couple things before we go forward. One is this. Regardless of what happens here today, the rankings at the end of the day don't mean anything other than awards. They don't mean anything in terms of the longer span of life. Because what you guys are doing here with gracious professionalism, with the things that you are learning and building these robots, building presentations, in essence, building a startup and a company are going to take you farther than just these robots standing here. These are going to take you right about 2 months, but the knowledge that you guys have is going to take you farther for a lifetime. So give yourselves a round of applause for what you guys are about to do once you guys leave this building. And I wouldn't be a FIRST alumni if I didn't mention I am a FIRST alumni. I'm a FIRST alumni of Team 1002. I have been in this program for 19 years from being a student to now. I'm waiting until right about when I get to year 20 where then I can retire.
No.
But until then,
Incorrect.
But until then, I do want to say to you guys, being a FIRST alumni is an amazing experience, especially here in Georgia First. When you're an alumni, you're part of a bigger family here. When we go here to these competitions, it's not like seeing friends, it's like seeing family every single time. And I encourage you guys, how many of you are seniors here this morning?
Go ahead and stand up.
Go ahead, stand up if you are a senior here this morning.
You better enjoy it.
Well, I want to say congrats to each of you seniors because the next step of life is going to be very interesting, but I think it's going to be very fulfilling for you. Now, I want to tell you, for all of the alumni here, we have resources for you. So if you would like to learn some of the benefits afforded to you as alumni, you can actually go to our website, firstinspires.org/alumni. You can find out more about what you can do because you can be a mentor. You can be a volunteer like me and Monish. You can do a lot of things. But I know that, honestly, you guys are going to do better things than even we have been able to do within these last couple of years. So I encourage you, go to the website, become an alumni, become part of the family. We are excited to see you guys become part of this team of not just Georgia First, but First internationally.
All right, perfect. Now, I have a question for all of you. Who likes this venue? Who likes our Dalton venue? All right, let me introduce you to the man, the myth, the legend, the person that makes FIRST happen in Dalton, Mr. Brian Cooksey, the director of the Georgia First Board of Directors.
Good morning. Hello. There we go. Okay, there we go. Good morning, Dalton. We thank you all for coming to our community and being part of this event. We are so proud to host you every year here in our beautiful city. An amazing crowd activity yesterday. The energy level in this venue was off the charts. So great, give yourselves a hand for bringing it yesterday, everybody here. And we know today it's going to be even better as we get through the qualifiers and into the playoff rounds, and we're going to crown a champion today. I'd like to just thank all of our volunteers for what they do to make this happen every year. Our amazing CEO of Georgia First, Miss Connie Haynes, she works tirelessly every year to make this happen for all of us. And on behalf of Shaw Industries and our 14,000 plus associates in the state of Georgia, we could not be more proud to be a part of Georgia First Robotics. It's an amazing program that provides youth with an opportunity to create their own future. And we hope all of you will consider Shaw Industries for internships, co-op opportunities, full-time employment, and buying your flooring one day when you buy a home. We are proud to make the carpet that Georgia First and First Robotics all over the world is played on. and we couldn't be more proud to be a part of this organization. I want to wrap up my remarks today by taking just a moment. There's a lot of people that make this happen. On a local level, we have a local planning committee that works very hard for about 6 months to plan this event and execute this event every year. And without volunteers, none of this would happen. So I'd like to take a moment and recognize one of our local planning committee members. He's been involved with us from the beginning when we started this 9 years ago to host this competition. He works tirelessly from setup to planning to making sure that you have the power in your pits to do what you need and to make sure we have the power in this venue to do what we need. So I'd like to ask Mr. Philip Long if he would come forward. He is our electrical lead. He's a fellow Shaw teammate, and we would like to recognize Philip for all of his tireless efforts to make this event possible. You will not find a better human being than Mr. Philip Long, and he and his son dedicate time to this event every year. So, Philip, thank you so much for all that you do, and please join me again in giving Phil a very round of applause here. Thank you so much. You are amazing. Thank you. Have a great day. Let's go.
All right, thank you to Brian. Congrats to Philip. Thank you for your hard work in being able to make Dalton happen. Now, to make FIRST events run smoothly, it takes dedicated volunteers. And I want to introduce one of them to you. She's also an alumni of FIRST Robotics. Let me introduce to you Erin Humphrey, Senior Process Engineer at Shaw Industries.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I just want to start by saying what an honor it is to be asked to speak at this event. I participated in FIRST Robotics when I was in high school. I was on team 3861 with Steel Talons. In my time on that team, I got to learn a lot about designing and building. FIRST taught me a lot of different skills. Some hard skills that I learned in that were mechanical design, tool usage, prototyping. Some of the soft skills that I learned through FIRST were teamwork, collaboration, and of course, gracious professionalism. FIRST sparked in me a passion for STEM, and it showed me so many opportunities for my future that I never knew about before. Most importantly, though, my experience in FIRST taught me how to use my skills and my voice in a space that historically was not accessible for women. I took those skills and that confidence that I gained to college with me, where I attended the University of Tennessee and completed a Bachelor's of Science in Mechanical Engineering with an honors distinction. In the time that I was there, I sat in many lecture halls for 100, 200 people, and in those chairs, only 10 to 20 of them were filled with other women. Upon my graduation from the University of Tennessee, I started working at Shaw Industries in an engineering role. In my time there, I've had several different technical positions, and it's a wonderful company to work for. I love it so much. But even in all the advancements we've made, I still find myself often in rooms where I'm sitting at a table, looking around, wondering, where are all the other women? Those experiences that I've had sitting in college lecture halls, in meeting rooms now, those could have been seen as really big challenges and things that turned me away from continuing to pursue a career in STEM. But because of the foundations that I learned in FIRST, and because of my team's commitment to the FIRST values, I was encouraged from such an early age to have that confidence and to be able to sit at those tables and use my voice in that way. All of the experiences and successes that I've been able to have in my career, I can look back and directly attribute those to the technical competence and the personal confidence that FIRST developed in me. And now I get to stand here today speaking to all of you as a judge. I'm training for next year to be the judge advisor. So for me, it feels very full circle. And I just want to finish by thanking my company, Shaw, for not only allowing me, but encouraging me to come and volunteer at events like this and support the next generation. I want to thank also FIRST for allowing me to be a part of their bigger mission for spreading their message. And I also just really want to thank all the coaches and the mentors and the teachers and the parents out here who are leading up the next generation of innovators. So thank you again for giving me space to share my story.
Thank you so much. All right, I want you guys to keep clapping because it's time to introduce some of our volunteers. Can we give it up for the hundreds of volunteers that it takes to run an event like this? Let's start off by introducing some of our judges. Judges, if I could have you wave at the crowd. I hope you've had the time to meet them, get some networking done. Please welcome back our hardworking referees. And show your appreciation for another talented group of volunteers, your robot inspectors, CSAs, led by lead robot inspector Mr. Brian Smith and Mr. Charles Dengler. A reminder that all teams must be re-inspected after their final match today.
And a couple more of our amazing volunteers, your field volunteers, which includes field resetters, cuers, everyone, scorekeepers, FTAs, led by our FTA Adam Britton, field supervisor Adam Cherney, lead cuer Kathy Wood, and a correction on this script, not just lead scorekeeper here, but co-lead scorekeeper from First HQ, Ducky. Our amazing audio and visual team led by Mr. Scott Lee, Ross Lindsay, and Mr. Matthew Zakoon. Our pit volunteers, which includes pit admin and safety, led by our pit admin supervisor, Miss Lynn Hutchison, and our favorite nurse, Miss Emily Minter. Our practice field lead, helping you guys get some practice in before our matches, Mr. Kellen Hill. And you just saw him get some hardware, our power lead, Mr. Philip Long. And obviously, the behind-the-scenes volunteers that really make this experience amazing to be a volunteer. So our lead volunteer coordinator, Miss Tiffany Dean.
She's headed in the volunteer room.
Our lead event director, Miss Beth Culp. Our lead layout and Parker, Mr. Parker Bass. Our team liaison, Miss Lisa Hatch. And our lead media and website, Miss Sophia Johnson. And to recognize one of the most valuable assets that we have here at Georgia First. You've seen them. You may have gone to them if your parts are broken. Let's thank the Georgia Power Machine Shop, led by Mr. Flint Shepard. Now, obviously, we can't do this thank you without two more. So, if you guys can you guys stand on your feet and give an applause to one, the CEO of Georgia First Robotics, Miss Connie Haynes. And keep standing on your feet for the president of the Georgia First Board of Directors, Mr. Brian Cooksey. Long stay events don't happen without dedicated people from companies like Shaw and specifically Brian to be able to make this happen. So if you see him in the pits, if you see him around, give him a handshake, give him a high five, because Dalton, from a couple years when this was my first event, this is an event that I cannot miss. So thank you, Brian, for allowing me to be able to be here. Now, what else do we have? I mean, I think we talked about all the amazing volunteers. We talked about them being an alumni. I think we have to get to the competition. So let me give you a roundup of what we're about to go through. We had to get through all the rest of our matches. We ended at 50 yesterday. We had to get through all the way to 72. Once we finish our last qualification match, you remember you guys do have to go through inspection. Once you guys finish through there, we are going to go into my favorite part of the day, where strategy meets drama, aka our alliance selection. There, we will pick out all 8 alliances that will compete in our playoff tournament today to determine who will be walking away here as the champion at the Dalton qualifier and walking away with some district points. Then we'll be going into our award ceremonies, because obviously it's not just about the robots, it's about what you guys are doing to make the robots, presentations, everything else. So these judges have some hardware to be able to give out. So, before we get to that point, right, we can actually give an award out, right?
That's right.
So, one award that we are going to give out from our amazing sponsors at Georgia Power is our Safety All-Star. So, can you show me who is our Safety All-Star for today, or from yesterday? From 6340, William from Marist Manatees. All right. Now, I would like to introduce to you to sing our national anthem, our amazing Georgia First choir. All right, well, thank you to our Georgia First Choir. It is time for us to turn the volume up to 10 and get on our way with this year's game Crescendo, sponsored by the Gene Haas Foundation. Let's get into match number 51. But before we get into that, let me reintroduce to you our game announcers, the men, the myth, the legends, Mr. Roy McConnell and Mr. Andrew Thomas.
Good morning, Dalton.